we primed up our plastic. Okay, just quickly. Our bodywork, some of the metal that was showing, we just quickly primed up. Okay, so we're just gonna get our DA quick and just hit it, scuff it with 400 grit. Scuff all this with 400 grit. If there's any little imperfections, we're just gonna fill it with glaze putty. Like if we come over here, little bit of the fiber strands are coming out, so we're just gonna flat block it with 400. Okay, we'll probably just use a DA actually. Here, we'll fill up with a little glaze putty. Here, because it's the hood, you know, you want the hood to come out nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these little things up with glaze putty. Little pin holding, little pit there. Okay, make it look really good. Even the bumper cover, we have a little stress crack in the metal. We're gonna fill that up with putty, and glaze putty. Just, you know, make the front look really nice, right? Sides don't have many little chips or anything, because obviously mostly the front gets chips on vehicles. The back, not bad at all. Maybe another 10 hours of work, we should be done. Okay, prepping, cleaning, and painting. Painting's probably about total of 2.5 hours of total painting. That's without masking and stuff like that. And this is what it looks like when you prime plastic. You can see that if you cut down like this, your final paint job is gonna look like glass. If we look down here, you can still see texture, orange peel in the primer here. So all we have to do is just sand a little bit more and it gets flat like this. And that's how you get rid of plastic paint texture if you want to. You don't have to. Okay, you could just prime it, lightly sand it, and then paint it, and you'll have a texture. Like here, we don't care. I'm actually going to be doing a Raptor liner on here, I believe, at a later point, but I did just prime everything. So that's pretty much how you want to do it. So we're sanding everything down with like a 360. I got some 400 grit also. We're just kind of like re-going over all the panels. You know, all the body work is done. We're just cutting the 2K filler primer. And if we have any areas where we have to do some glaze putty, we will do it. Right here looks like we can use a little glaze putty right there. Other than that, everything looks good. Yep, so the next video that's going to be released on YouTube is going to be the masking and painting. Of course, edited, chunked down into bite-sized pieces here. We're going to do a two-tone black single stage and a white single stage. Comment down below. Let me know. I hope you're enjoying. All right, so we're going to put some 1K glaze putty. This is good stuff. U-Paul Dolphin 1K combination putty. It's good for little nicks and chips. Okay, final stage of the bodywork process. We can see here we have a little bit of pinholes here. Very little. Some rock chips that we missed on the bumpers, things like this. Again, this is a work van. We don't have to do it, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So we're going to go around, mostly hit our bodywork areas where we have a little bit of pinholes and whatnot, and get that done. Because these are so tiny and we have very little spots and we're putting a a single stage thick enamel on it, I'm not even going to worry about it. We're just going to spray enamel right over it. It will cover and it won't be a problem. But just remember, you could do it the way I'm going to do it, just spray right over it. But the technical correct way is to hit it with a sealer, a 1K sealer, or a little bit of primer after, because you're really not supposed to paint over glaze putty. But this is a gray color and the paint's going to be white. It's not going to show. In the old school times, you know, you would have a red putty and then it would sometimes bleed through to the white if you're painting white and stuff like that. But this is so minor that it won't be a problem. So I don't have a good spreader with me, so I'm just going to use a card here. I just bent up and we're going to use a card. You could even use, you know, just get creative, but this is fine. And we'll just hit this because this is going to be a black bumper. So try to make it so the chips don't stand out that much. And again, the more you do this, the more work it's going to be for you. And I'm trying to eliminate work right now because this is, again, a work van, but you get the idea. And when you're putting it on, you put it on one way and then you want to kind of push it in the other way. You know what I mean? So we got some right here. Couple pinholes here. Pretty much filled all the nicks and chips. And this is the stage where you're allowed to go crazy. You know, if you want to fill and get every little minor nick and chip that didn't come out, you know, during the major bodywork process, this is when you would do it. If you notice a lot of pinholes in your Bondo, your body filler, the ideal thing to do is just mix another skin, okay, a little bit of putty body filler, and just fill it and then sand it with like 240 grit. But you could also do it this way. Okay, you could also just get it primed, see what the primer fills. If there's any more left over, you fill it like we did here. Pretty much it. You know, we're gonna let that cure and then we'll be ready for paint very, very soon.